Right now, as you're watching this, another Australian is packing their bags and leaving for good. The question is, where are they going, and should you be next? Australia is often ranked among the best countries in the world to live. Beautiful beaches, strong economy, excellent healthcare, safe cities, high quality of life. So why are more Australians considering life overseas? The answer is more complicated than most people think. For some, it's housing costs. For others, it's the dream of retiring earlier. Some want adventure. Others want a slower pace of life. And many simply want their retirement savings to go further. But here's the hidden truth. Moving overseas isn't always the paradise people imagine. Every destination comes with trade-offs. Some Australians discover incredible opportunities, others find unexpected challenges, and a few eventually move back home. Today, we're revealing the top places Australian expats and retirees are moving to in 2026. Let's begin. Thailand. Let's start with the grandfather of the Australian expat scene, Thailand. Thailand has been attracting Australians for decades, but in 2026, it's hitting differently. It's no longer just the backpackers and the party crowd. The retirement and long-stay expat community in Thailand is one of the largest, most established, and most diverse expat communities in the world, and Australians are a massive part of it. Chiang Mai. If you ask in any Australian expat group, where should I go in Thailand, Chiang Mai comes up constantly, and the reasons are obvious once you understand the place. Why Chiang Mai? Let me be direct. It's cheap, absurdly cheap by Australian standards. A modern one-bedroom apartment in the Nimman area, Thailand's trendy expat hub, 15,000 to 25,000 Thai baht per month. That's 650 to 1,100 Australian dollars per month for a furnished, serviced apartment with a pool and gym. A meal at a local restaurant, 80 to 150 baht. That's $3.50 to $6.50. A coffee at an Australian-style cafe, 80 baht, $3.50. A massage, 300 baht, $13 for an hour. A couple can live an extremely comfortable life in Chiang Mai on 2,500 to 3,500 Australian dollars per month. That's less than the rent on a Sydney apartment. Total, everything included. Phuket and the islands, the retiree dream. Phuket, Koh Samui, Hua Hin, these are where Australian retirees have been heading for years. And in 2026, the infrastructure has caught up with the demand. International hospitals with Australian-trained doctors, retirement villages with Australian management, golf courses designed by Australian pros. It's possible to live a retirement in Thailand that feels almost Australian, just warmer, cheaper, and with better beaches. Healthcare. Thailand's private healthcare system is world-class. Bangkok Hospital, Bumrungrad, Samitivej, these are facilities that rival anything in Australia or Singapore, and the costs? A fraction of Australian private healthcare. A comprehensive health checkup? $200 to $400. A specialist consultation? $50 to $100. Major surgery? Often 50 to 70% less than Australian private costs. Many Australians keep their Australian Medicare for emergencies, but use Thai private healthcare for everything else. Portugal. If Thailand is the classic Southeast Asia pick, then Portugal is the European dream that keeps showing up at the top of every expat list, and for very good reason. Portugal is, simply put, one of the most livable countries in the world for Australians who want to stay connected to a Western lifestyle, have access to Europe's history and culture, travel easily across the continent, and do it all without paying Swiss or French prices. In 2026, Portugal remains one of the most popular destinations for Australian expats and retirees in Europe, and the country itself has increasingly tuned its infrastructure to cater to international arrivals. The top zones. The Algarve, southern sun and sea. The Algarve is Portugal's southern coast, dramatic limestone cliffs, golden beaches, turquoise water, and a warm Mediterranean climate. Cities like Albufeira, Lagos, Tavira, and Faro have large established expat communities where English is widely spoken and the international community is tight. The Algarve is where you'll find Australian retirees who want something that feels a bit like home: beach lifestyle, outdoor activity, warm weather, and a relaxed pace of life. And the food, the wine, and the scenery are genuinely extraordinary. Lisbon's suburbs, Silver Coast and Setúbal. Lisbon itself is getting expensive. The city center has been heavily gentrified and property prices have risen significantly. But the suburbs west and south of Lisbon, areas like Cascais, Sintra, Setúbal, and the Silver Coast around Nazaré and Óbidos offer a genuinely beautiful lifestyle at much more affordable prices. Total comfortable monthly budget for a couple, $3,000 to $4,500 Australian dollars. More expensive than Southeast Asia, but you're in Europe. You have the Schengen zone open to you. You can be in Paris, Madrid, or Rome in 2 to 3 hours for $50 on a budget airline. The D7 Passive Income Visa, Portugal's key entry point. For retirees, the D7 visa, also called the Passive Income Visa, is the primary pathway. You need to demonstrate passive income of around €820 per month as a base, which goes up slightly per family member. For Australian retirees with superannuation drawdowns or pension income, this is very achievable. After 5 years of legal residency under the D7, you can apply for permanent residency or even Portuguese citizenship, and with it, an EU passport. That's an extraordinary option that many long-term planners are factoring in. Bali, Indonesia. No list of Australian expat destinations is complete without Bali, and in 2026, the Bali conversation is more complicated than ever. Australians have a unique relationship with Bali. It's practically the unofficial seventh state. Most Australians have been there on holiday. Many have dreamed of living there. A significant number have tried, and the number who have moved there permanently or semi-permanently continues to grow every year. But Bali in 2026 is a different beast than Bali 5 years ago, and you need to understand that difference before making any decisions. Where do Australian expats actually live in Bali? Seminyak, Canggu, Barawa, the lifestyle hub. Cafes, co-working spaces, boutiques, beach clubs, yoga studios. This is where the young expat crowd lives, plus a lot of retirees who want social connection and Western-leaning lifestyle. Ubud, the spiritual, cultural heart. Rice paddies, meditation retreats, artist communities, wellness centers. A more grounded, quieter vibe, deeply beautiful, and popular with retirees who want peace and purpose. Sanur, Jimbaran, more established, quieter beach areas with a more local feel, popular with older retirees who want calm beachside life without the Canggu chaos. Total comfortable monthly budget for a couple, 2,000 to 4,000 AUD. You can absolutely live extremely well in Bali on 2,500 to 3,000 AUD per month as a couple, with a private pool villa, excellent food, and a beautiful lifestyle. Malaysia. Ask most Australians where they'd consider retiring in Asia, they'll say Thailand or Bali. Far fewer say Malaysia, and that is genuinely one of the best-kept secrets on this list. Malaysia, and particularly Penang, are having a serious moment in 2026, and among the expat community that actually lives there, the enthusiasm is remarkable. Why Malaysia? Malaysia has a unique combination of factors that make it extraordinary for Australian expats. English is widely spoken. It's an official language and used in business, signage, and government. This is genuinely different from Thailand or Indonesia, where getting by without the local language is doable but limiting. Food culture is world-class and diverse. Malaysia is a melting pot of Malay, Chinese, and Indian cuisines, and the food is extraordinary in quality and variety. This matters more than people realize for long-term happiness. The infrastructure is excellent. Roads, internet, hospitals, shopping. Malaysia punches well above its regional weight. It's politically stable and safe with a very low violent crime rate. The climate is consistent, warm tropical. Unlike Thailand, there's no cold season in the north. Total comfortable monthly budget for a couple, 1,800 to 3,200 AUD. Greece. Greece hasn't traditionally been on the top of Australian expat lists, but that's changing, and in 2026, it's moving up fast, particularly for retirees. Why? A combination of factors. Greece's Golden Visa program, though it's been modified, relatively affordable cost of living by European standards, extraordinary natural beauty, excellent Mediterranean climate, world-class cuisine, and a culture that is deeply warm, social, and family-focused. Colombia, Medellin. This one gets people's attention every time. Medellin, Colombia. And look, I understand the reaction. For Australians of a certain generation, Colombia means one thing, and it's not a retirement destination. But here's the thing. Medellin in 2026 is genuinely one of the most exciting, fastest-growing, and most livable expat cities in the world. The transformation of this city over the past 20 years is genuinely one of the most remarkable urban stories in modern history. Once one of the most dangerous cities on the planet, Medellin has undergone a transformation through investment in public infrastructure, education, and urban design that has earned it international recognition. It now has a world-class metro system, including urban gondolas that connect hilltop communities, a thriving arts and culture scene, extraordinary restaurants, excellent private hospitals, and a young, dynamic energy. Total comfortable monthly budget for a couple, 1,500 to 2,800 AUD. Vietnam. Vietnam is increasingly showing up in Australian expat conversations, and for one dominant reason. The cost-to-quality ratio is extraordinary. Vietnam offers some of the most affordable quality living in the world, with spectacular scenery, genuinely delicious food, fast internet, and a rapidly developing infrastructure. The two cities that Australians most commonly choose are Da Nang and Hoi An. Total comfortable monthly budget for a couple, 1,200 to 2,200 AUD. This is among the most affordable on our list.